Hello, my students. So we're going to review how we're going to convert a fraction to a decimal. But before we do that, we have to know place value. I'm going to start with reminding you what is a place value. Depending where a number is located, you'll be able to know the value of that digit, okay? So ones place, we're going to keep this very simple. The ones place comes right before the decimal, and the ones place indicates to you that we have a whole amount. For example, one whole pizza pie, or one whole entire candy bar, or one whole dollar. Anything to the right of the decimal means I have a part of something, I have a fraction of something, or it means I have something that's less than 1. Okay, so this means I have a slice of the pizza. It means I have a piece of the candy. It means that I just have change. I don't even have a whole dollar. It means I have 25 cents, a penny, 10 cents. Okay, so keep that in mind. Ones. Let's talk about the ones. Remember, I say that's a whole amount. So if I wanted to change a fraction to a decimal, I have to really pay attention to the denominator. I'm going to teach you some tricks. If my denominator is a multiple of 10, this is going to be super easy. This one's a multiple of 10. So it's a fraction. That means it's going to be less than 1. I go to my 10th spot. Okay. If I have, for example, 2/10, where am I going to place that and convert? How am I going to convert that to a decimal? Well, I don't have any ones, so I'm going to put 0. That's my ones place. Decimal, tenths is one place after the ones place, after the decimal, and this is tenths. So it says I have 2/10. I'm going to write 2 in the tenths place. 10 has 1 0, and I always remember that means that's one place after the decimal. So 2/10 is equal to 0.2, or we call this 2/10. Let's try another one. What about 3 wholes and 4/10? Now I have a mixed number and I'm changing it to a decimal, but it's the same idea. How many wholes do I have? How many whole pizzas do I have? 3 wholes. Repeat it. And put my decimal. I also have a fraction. This fraction means it's less than one whole thing. And it goes up to my tenths place. It means I cut my next piece into 10 pieces. There it is. And I have 4 out of the 10. So that goes in the tenths place, 4/10. So I have 3 wholes and 4/10. Next example. What if I tell you that I have 5 100ths? Well, do I have any whole amounts? No. So I put a 0 in the ones place. What about the tenths and the hundredths? Do I have any tenths? No, I don't. And here's a little trick. I can cover up one digit on my numerator and 1 0 and make this out of tenths, and I see there's no tenths. No tenths. So I'm going to put a 0. How many hundredths do I have? 5 of them. Remember, 100 has 2 zeros in it, so that reminds me I had 2 places after the decimal, 1, 2. So the 5 goes here in the hundredths place. Tenths, hundredths. Okay, boys and girls, let's try another one. 38 hundredths. Nothing in the whole numbers place. Put a 0. How many tenths do I have? Well, I can cover up the last digit in the numerator and cover up one of the zeros. I have 3/10. And how about on the hundredths spot? Well, total 38 hundredths. Okay? 8 little hundredths, 38 hundredths. 2 places after the decimal. There's 2 zeros here. That was easy, wasn't it? Let's make things a little bit more complicated. When I cannot use this trick, okay, when it's not a multiple of 10 in my hundreds place. So for example, 2/5. 2/5 has a denominator that is not a multiple of 10. Doesn't have 10 or 100 or 1,000. It's just any other number other than a multiple of 10. In this case, a 5. Now I need to do something else to figure out how I'm going to change this fraction to a decimal. The best way to do it is to use division. So in this case, 2 divided by 5. It's just the way you see it, and the way you say it is what you're going to do. You're going to do 2 divided by 5. If I have a calculator, I can punch in my calculator. 2 divided by 5. All right, now let's just pretend we're going to do it by hand. Not pretend, we're going to do it by hand now. We're going to put 2 inside the house. Remember I told you he's really cold and he needs to get inside the house because he's standing on the roof right now. It's about to snow. 2 divided by 5. Now I can start division. When I do my division, don't forget dad, mom, sister, brother, Rover. Division. 2 divided by 5, can't do it. Put a 0. Multiply. 0 times 5 is 0. Subtract, I get 2. Now, put a decimal, because there's nothing else to bring down, and add a 0. Bring down my 0. 20 divided by 5. What is 20 divided by 5? 20 divided by 5 is 4. I put my answer on top. 4 times 5 is 20. Sister tells me to subtract. I get 0. There's nothing else to bring down. I have a remainder of 0. That means I'm completely done. So my answer is 4/10. Okay? So that means that 2/5 is equal to 4/10. I'm sorry. Miss Roman, you just said 4/10. You're right. That means that this is also, if you want to look at it a different way, it's also equal to 4/10. How are 2/5 and 4/10 related? Well, 2/5 is the simplified version of 4/10. Our goal today was to change or convert the fraction to a decimal, so I did that. But if you want to think about what I was teaching earlier, this is the connection. This is 4/10 is equal to 4/10. But all three of these are equal. Like I said, 2/5 is the simplified version of 4/10 as a fraction form. All right, boys and girls, I hope that was good review. Take your time to rewind the video, fast forward the video. Good luck.